Hi, I'm Falkingham, and this is my Wwise and Unity audio implementation reel. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how I implemented audio into Unity's 3D game kit using Wwise. I'll also be showing some of the elements of sound design I did for the game using Reaper. Before I started, to keep the project focused and organised, I first created a spreadsheet for all of the sound effects needed, along with their level of completion, their number of variations, and their degree of integration into the game. When approaching the 3D game kit, I first wanted to bring the environment to life. I started by creating a looping global ambient track. After this, I chose to sonify other game elements, such as the water running through the level, wind over the land bridge, and a droning mechanical sound that would emanate from the player's dropship. To place these ambiences within the game scene, I created game objects in Unity, to which I attached the AK ambient component in the multi-position mode. In Wwise, I then created custom attenuation curves for each element. Using these, I was able to control the volume and EQ of each sound over a defined distance from the player. With the player sounds, I was going for a magical sci-fi tone. Character animations have a force wing combo for the staff weapon. For these, I created a series of increasingly severe attacks. I created these sounds through a mix of Foley and synthesis. Starting with some whooshes, I then added layers of textural pads with automation of the volume and distortion to match the animations. Implementing the swings into the game, I found the corresponding script, in this case the melee attack script, and then found the functions that triggered the animation and added the post event to trigger a Wwise event. For the attacks, I also added a small amount of randomization on the pitch within Wwise. I did this to help make the swings feel less repetitive. When first playing the 3D game kit, I was interested in the chompers. Their model looks cute and harmless, however they are one of the primary enemies within the game. I started designing their sound by recording some of my own vocal takes. Then, by combining my voice with dog sounds from various sound libraries, and the use of effects such as distortion, saturation and reverb, I was able to create a voice for the chompers that sounded alien, yet somewhat familiar. In a similar fashion, when making the chomper steps, I combined both human and dog Foley footsteps. Mixing the sound of the chompers within Wwise, the key was matching the attenuation of the growl and the footsteps. I needed the player to hear the chompers before engaging them. I did this through the use of more attenuation curves. Lastly, I worked on the interactable elements, the pressure pad and staff pedestal. They both worked on the same principle. A loop would play to get the player's attention, but once they engaged with the object, an effect sound would play. In both cases, I used the Wwise AK component to register the player as a trigger, so when they interact with the element, the loop would fade out and the interaction effect would play. Similar to the environmental effects, these elements also had custom attenuations within Wwise. Thank you for watching this reel. My sound design reel, along with my portfolio of past work, can be found at my website. If you have any questions regarding this project, or would like to get in touch regarding future projects, please use my contact information below.